the music play.
Let the beat drop.
All right, go ahead.
It's another episode of Here for the Beer. We got your boy Trav. We got your boy Eli. And you know my name is Mike Nelson, and we're just here for the beer. Sponsors put in this place. All right.
Turn off this fan.
Yeah, turn that off. That's actually kind of nice, but
It was
Nice
pretty-
breeze.
It is a
nice.
breeze.
If we got spoiled.
yeah, we did.
What's the beer? What we got today?
All right, bro. This is Cause and Effect. Obviously, I saw the can and it drew me in. Michael said it himself, though. The ones with the funky cans that draw you in are usually the trashiest beer. So, Cause and
Facts.
Effect, you are on the
I
clock.
gotta
very
say,
nervous.
this is one
I'm
of the
very
coolest
nervous.
cans I've ever seen.
Honestly,
It's
honestly.
amazing.
Like, this is really cool.
Can you hold up? Yo, is it? Do they taste worse because they like the standards that we're expecting from the label?
Could be.
It's very hard
Could
to be at that. But they're also good marketing because they're like, shit, our beer might be trash, but we gonna make you pick it up.
Facts. I
Can
bought it.
pregnant women drink this? I don't know.
Apparently, it doesn't
It
say
doesn't
that they
say.
can.
It
So
doesn't
according
say.
to theory,
We wouldn't suggest
if it
but
doesn't tell you
doesn't
something,
say.
then you know you just.
Then there's a cause and effect.
Apparently.
What else? What else?
All
All right, let's crack
Let's
this.
crack
Let's
this.
crack this here. I'm on time. This. Cheers.
Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
fellas.
Cheers! Cheers!
It's a bit bitter, but it's
It is bitter.
It's
Sour.
4.7, bro. That was a 6.5.
Nah,
that's really bitter for.
a strong beer.
All right.
No, it's not.
We're about to do the second draft. The
Okay.
second draft is coming in right now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Whose topic was this?
It's my.
This is
We
mine.
doing cereal, right?
Cereals, right?
Yeah.
This is coming from a regular
This
plain
is for all the
Lay's.
kids around the world. It's the plain Lay's, yo. Ruffles, Lay's clap. Ooh,
Draft day.
cheese.
Hope we don't get copyright for that.
Nah,
NFL's
nah,
pretty
nah, we-
stingy.
we-
They're pretty. They're
Stingy.
pretty.
We just
They're
started. We started
stingy,
that.
bro.
We
They
just
will
started that
sue.
sound. That sound is just
Yeah,
us.
we-
It's
They're
all
trying to
us.
sue us for 40
You
bucks.
ain't never heard this song before. We did that.
All right, so we're doing cereals up next. Okay, so let's do the odds and evens,
Odds and evens. 3, 2, 1, shoot.
Never fails.
bro.
Never fails.
All
Yo.
right, same draft order. Same draft order. We
Already-
got 5 picks.
You already know what I'm going with first overall.
Don't do it.
CTC Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Damn, I
you
think
already
was,
knew what
was
it
that
was.
everyone's pick?
Yeah.
It's
that was
gotta
everyone's
be.
pick,
That
huh?
was the best
It's
cereal
That was
gotta be.
everyone's number
by
1.
far.
Number 2, I'm going Reese's Puff cereal.
Okay,
That's
you could take
nice.
that.
That's
You
a
could take
nice-
That's
that.
I named my dog after
Nice.
that.
Yeah, actually, no. I'm gonna go with Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops is classic.
Can't go wrong.
That's
Classic.
actually a good pick. I like this is a speed round because we know what it is.
Go.
Number 2 overall, I'm gonna take Frosted Flakes.
Frosted
Oh,
Flakes
that's
is
a
Yeah,
classic.
good
I gotta
pick.
do Frosted Flakes.
I'm doing Captain Crunch, but the Crunch Berry version. I'm doing the
Okay.
Crunch Berry
Oh,
version.
you got a special, bro.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
CC
Sheesh.
Crunchberry.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
just-
bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Nesquik. Let's just get a
Oh,
chocolate.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like your list. That's nice. That's quick. Okay, let me check my draft board. It's kind of late. You know what? I'm gonna take mini wheats.
Oh,
gonna
that's
take mini
too
wheats.
high. That's too high.
I'm taking
that's
mini wheats.
too high, man. I'm doing
the cinnamon one, the brown.
okay,
box.
okay.
Yeah, that's
with
nice.
hot milk.
hot milk, bro.
I'm
I'm a
a
grown man.
fire. I'm
Cookie. I'm doing Cookie Crisp.
Cookie
for-
Crisp.
Crisp.
I don't
That
even
you,
know
we used to
about
go to the
that.
States for that one all the time.
This guy's hot tech. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
go
you
with.
lived in the States.
I'm gonna go with Lucky Charms for the marshmallows.
Lucky
was
Charms.
The marshmallows were fire. The rest of it
Classic.
was basic.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. That's tough now. It's getting late in the draft.
Yeah, this is getting late.
What else you got?
I got some specific shit.
I hope your niche audience is here and they're hungry when you say that mysterious cereal you have. Okay, you know what I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with honey bunches of oats. I'm going.
Wow,
I
you're
like,
going really like.
I like the fibery heavy. I already said it before off camera. I like heavier cereal. Like I want to feel full.
I'm doing French Toast Crunch.
French toast.
French.
Oh,
You guys remember
that's
that one?
fire.
You guys remember that
was
one?
the one.
That's
That was a
fire.
good
That's a really good
cereal.
one. That's a really good one. I might just go with some Rice Krispies.
Classic.
I love it, bro.
Classic, but
That's
Add some
like
sugar.
it's
Add
not
some-
on the
add-
board. It's
add
not
some
on the
sugar
board.
to it, bro. Add
Facts,
some sugar
facts,
to it,
facts.
man. Make it sweeter.
facts.
That's like if nothing's in the house.
Bro, with
Honestly,
your
I'm
fiber,
just-
with your high fiber,
Yeah,
bro.
but
What are
honestly,
we talking about?
I need half a bowl of that honey bunches and oats, and I'm good till noon. Okay, you said RC's Rice Krispies. I hope I remember all the acronyms I used. And then, so my last pick, I'm gonna take Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks.
Mm.
That's decent.
Okay.
That's definitely a fifth.
My
round
last pick, nothing flashy, but for the cholesterol, Honey Nut Cheerios,
pick. I knew
And now
someone was gonna pick it
I'm gonna
up.
have to go with corn pops.
corn.
I actually like those. I think
Maria
I'll eat
likes
corn
them.
pops.
I
Shout
think
out to
Maria
Maria.
likes
Shout out
those.
to Maria. She
I
knows
think she likes
flavors.
Corn
those.
pops are
They're
alright.
actually really good.
Alright,
They're really
alright.
good, bro.
We left
Give 'em a
out
chance.
tricks. We left out some good options.
There's some
Nobody
good
likes
options.
tricks, bro. Tricks for
Captain
kids.
Crunch original. Y'all don't
Oh,
mess with Captain Crunch.
I would have
Crunch.
definitely taken original if I knew it was
Yeah,
available.
Damn, Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay, so for my list, we have Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like the LeBron James of cereal. Frosted Flakes, Mini Wheats, Honey Bunches and Oats, and Apple Jacks.
Yeah, you went heavy on the fibers.
I'm saying if you had a heart condition,
I don't
come
think
to
that's
me.
our. I don't think that's our view.
I'll be your nutritionist.
I don't think that's our audience.
Hey, you don't know, man. You don't know, man. These guys have good
We
taste.
know that's not our audience.
For Travi, we have Reese's Pieces cereal,
Yeah.
first overall pick. I like that
That's
actually.
a good one.
Captain Crunch, the berry kind. I
Yep.
guess. Yeah.
Very kind. Be specific.
Cookie Crisp, French Toast Crunch, and Cheerios.
Yeah, that's a
For
good
my-
list.
That's
man.
decent, actually.
That's a good list.
But that's like a cartoon morning.
Yes,
That's-
absolutely. The sugar's
I'm
up
like,
there.
I'm
That's
really
what we
serious
need.
about my life. I'm like, what's the Lucky Charms was weak, but okay. Fruit Loops, Nesquik, Lucky Charms, Rice Krispies, and Corn Pops.
It's solid. Corn Pops
I
is a
started
little
strong.
reach.
I started
That's a
strong,
reach.
and then
Last
I
pick
just
of the
kinda
draft.
like,
Fruit Loops and Nesquik
and then I
was
kind of
like
weakened out.
crazy.
There's only
That's like
certain-
Stephen Clay,
there's only
bro.
so many. There's only so many cereals, bro. Like
Yeah, the thing about
You
cereals,
know.
like to get a good 5 is kind of a
Yeah,
stretch.
absolutely.
To get a good 5. Like,
Raisin
But
Bran
we
wasn't
did it. We
included,
killed that
bro.
shit.
People might be
I was
mad
thinking
about that.
about it.
People might be
but
mad
I was
about
like,
that.
I got too much fiber on my list.
that's crazy. I was gonna throw a
Yeah.
Weetabix, like just, if I had to get desperate.
Damn, I ain't even
That's
heard of
bloody.
that. All right, so that was our draft. That was the second draft that we've ever done.
Yeah.
Comment
Killing
below.
it.
Comment below who you think won.
Damn right.
And let us know if you have anything that you want us to draft. It could be anything.
Just think
Anything.
about your health, okay?
Okay, chill.
I'm already begging for votes.
Like and subscribe.
So I have a question for
Honestly.
you guys.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a question. I'm the question master for today.
Question
so I have a
master.
question.
What you got?
Is social media good for the world or bad for the world as a whole, from start to finish?
Bad.
Bad.
Tell us more.
Honestly, man, when we were growing up, you didn't have the problems that the kids today are growing up. I don't want to say that kids are soft or anything, but people are so influenced by what they're seeing online that it really messes with their mental stability. You have kids that are comparing themselves to the Kardashians and thinking that they need to look like that because that's normal. And that shit ain't normal, bro. These
that
guys
ain't
are
normal.
billionaires. They can do
Billionaire.
whatever they want. They have treatment. They have doctors every single day.
Facts.
Yes.
The kid in Idaho does not have that.
Yeah.
You know, so
for
like I
sure.
definitely think for myself, it's so beneficial because I run business through there. But for
Facts.
the traditional person or just the average person who's watching, consuming social media every single day and looking up to these people that are living real lives, shit ain't real, man.
Shit ain't real.
Yeah,
Reality
shit ain't
TV
real,
ain't
man.
real,
It ain't
bro.
real, bro.
Yeah.
It's not real.
What do you think, Mike?
No, I agree with that. I say it's bad. I say the problem is it's like watching the news. Like they're gonna tell you more bad things than good things every day.
Absolutely.
So what happens is even if social media has some really good and valuable aspects, most of the time we're just watching the bad things in the junk,
Facts.
which is then just putting us to only think and see bad things in junk. And you know, it's crazy that like all these mental things in terms of like depression, anxiety, and all this is at an all-time high. Well, it's because first thing that a lot of people do when they wake up is look at their Instagram.
Immediately.
And it's like, yo, like if life happens in 24 hours every single day, a picture is literally what 0.00. Travis, you probably know like how fast a picture is,
Yeah.
like 0.0001 of a second, whatever it is, bro. So how can we compare someone putting up all their highlights to our real
Highlights,
life? Like it's
literally.
not fair. Like it's like playing a
guess
sport and seeing a highlight tape.
I guess
No,
as
that
a
guy looks
question
fire.
master, I got to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
Okay,
go
do your
ahead.
thing. You don't ought to, but you could choose to.
No, I'm choosing to. Just
Okay,
just
there
for
you
the
go.
sake of
Do your thing,
conversation.
do your thing.
So you guys both say it's bad. So I
As a
say
whole.
it's good. I'm pretty neutral on it because I think the pros equal the bad. But for the sake of the argument, I'm going to say it's good because I think everyone being able to see highlights raises the bar for all of us.
Question is that actually what's happening though?
It's true, bro.
That's
What's the
not what's
bar?
happening.
Like seeing
The
people
bar
with,
is not
with
raising.
implants and shit like
What's
that.
happening
Is
is-
that
Well, maybe not.
So
Maybe not in like
even
an
if we
aesthetic
even if we
sense.
come from like a psychology, whatever, who cares? But like, yo, there's like the self and there's the ideal self, and the farther that we get away from the ideal self, the more anxiety and depression we get. So if we're raising the bar and the bar is becoming so far that we don't feel like we can reach it every day, it's only causing more anxiety and depression in each individual because they feel that they can't reach that spot.
But when I say raising the bar, I don't mean to an unattainable level. I mean you're constantly aspiring now.
Okay, so
Hold on. Let me finish my thought.
Finish your thought. Go ahead.
In our grandparents' generation, it was enough to live and die. You know what I mean? You weren't aspiring to have any influence to change the world. That wasn't an option. But the influential people in social media are creators of technology and those sort of things, and they have now made it possible where you can be on those unbelievable levels like the Kardashians, who are famous for just their influence and just their ability to influence. So they can change trends, and that gives them power. Whether they choose that for good or bad is the individual, right? But our grandparents worked a minimum wage job, paid for their house, and then they died. And there was no memory of them. But our generation, though there is depression and negative consequences caused by this discrepancy in what we're actually experiencing versus what we're seeing, that want for more is human nature.
Sure.
So it's just exaggerated with social media.
So question for you, and I hear what you're saying. That makes sense. Question for you: Are there more? The most successful? If we took a portion of the most successful people in the world, do you think
For sure.
they're more using social media in terms of like on it every single day or not? Like
I
in
think
terms
maybe
of
they may be leveraging social media, like Travis said, in a
leveraging.
business sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and that's
Whether
They're
you're
not
consuming
consuming
or
it.
using,
there you go.
it's
Consuming is
still,
the word that I'm looking for.
it's still social media.
And then,
Whether you're scrolling and liking or you're using it as a
And I think-
platform, it's still social
I think
media.
that's kind of like the problem. Like there's way more consumers than leveragers.
Yeah, and I
right?
really do think that a lot of people are literally just portraying fake lives, bro. They have those pop-up shops where people can go and take pictures in a private jet, but it's literally just, bro, if you're comparing yourself to that person, like, you don't know what's really going on. All that shit is fake. But to you, it's like, why is he 25 and I'm 25 and he's in a private jet and I'm in my parents' house?
Exactly.
But I think
And I feel-
sorry, Mike. The
No, do your
biggest thing
thing, do your
about
thing.
social media is that just like real life, you need to be able to filter it out.
Absolutely.
So I think there's been a lot of talk about that of people. You said the word soft, and I think the reason why people are softer or they're more directly impacted emotionally by what they're seeing is because they themselves don't have a filter or they themselves don't have their feet grounded in the reality. So is that the fault of social media or the individual
I
or
would
their
say
environment?
I would say it's social media to an extent because like think about it, like we can access social media from such a young age, right? So of course we don't, like a lot of young people don't have a filter to it because they don't even know what a filter is yet. You know what I mean? They're just like literally opening it up. Like I know that your daughter could probably open up a phone and like open up YouTube if she wanted to right now. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't know what she's supposed to or not supposed to be watching. She knows what she wants to watch, but she doesn't really know, like, you know, so if all of a sudden she's like, you know, she turns 6 one day and there's only photos of like the Kardashian on the trend on the main page of
That's not
YouTube.
normal.
Now
That's
at
not
6,
normal.
7, 8, 9, 10, like that's what she's seeing as the new norm.
But
So it's kind of creating a filter for us.
But how much of the onus falls on the parent?
Okay,
For
Of
sure.
early exposure.
That's fair.
Because it's just like anything in life. Like if we're playing football too early and we're getting this raw mentality of bang heads, don't cry, all this and that, you can fall victim to that. And that's just your environment. We played football when we were 10 years old.
Yeah.
So is it on the coaching staff to make that environment so toxic?
That's what-
Is it on the parents for putting their kids in before they have their own emotional like
That's what
development?
Maria always says. It's like when people get mad at like celebrities for living certain lives, and they're like, "What kind of influence are you on these kids?" She always says, "Bro, it's not them who are raising your kids. The parent needs to step up and put proper things in their view. It's not. It doesn't rely on the
Like
celebrity
it's not
Now,
Kim.
if we're-
We've been saying Kardashian. It's not Kim's.
fault. Yeah,
It's not Kim's job to raise your kids.
Exactly.
It's
True.
for you to filter out your exposure and then them as an individual to develop.
No, if
filter
we're
themselves.
going back to the stem of the argument, we're talking about social media itself. If social media wasn't created, we wouldn't have a lot of these issues.
But I think social media
Because,
is
like,
a reflection of our reality.
I agree with you 100%. But how am I going to compare myself to the Kardashians if I don't have a simple access to see them?
But this is my point exactly. Now that there's exposure to things, we can evolve as a human race because we can see what Kanye is talking about. We can see what this is. Kanye could only stand on for example, Jesus, for example. I know that's an extreme example, but he could only preach to who he could preach to. He just had such a prolific message that it traveled through.
Do you think like imagine, oh my gosh, if there was social media out and let's say Jesus came, okay, how much attention do you feel like we'd give to him? In
an infinite
reality?
amount because
I don't
he
think so.
without it
I don't think
had
so.
this impact.
I think he would just be another trend.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so. But that's
I
my
think
point,
so.
right? Because if you are like Jesus had a lasting message.
There could have been
Right?
10 Jesuses that just
And
passed
there- and-
already, and we didn't pay attention to them
Exactly,
because we were
because
too
there was
busy
no
on our phones
access
looking
to
at. Like, think about it. Our attention span is like what, 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about Andrew Tate maybe for X amount of time, and then now he's canceled, and we'll probably won't talk about him in like a year.
Yeah.
We'll probably forget about Andrew Tate.
but it's
You
his
know what I mean?
message. His message is lasting.
Yeah, but no, not really, because
Our
there's
attention
always
span is so low.
there's
Yeah.
always new mess. First it was him, then it was Jake Paul, it was him, it was that,
No,
it was
but-
that.
but
it was
even
Kanye
just-
running
if you
for
can look-
president, it was this, it was
You
that.
can look at the
NBA
last couple of
highlights,
years.
NFL highlights.
Hang on, listen to me.
Yeah,
You can look
I
at the
got
last
you.
couple of years, Jordan Peterson or whoever those trendy people that were talking about inequalities between men and women, or differences, or feminism, or whatever topic that niche is talking about. There have been many popular people. So the individuals may pass, but the message is trending. Women have been fighting for rights since the 70s or
Facts.
40s.
Facts.
So it's the message. Jesus had a message. So his message transcends. So yes, our attention span on the individual may pass, but it's these constant themes, reoccurring themes in social media that are represented by a new, fresh voice.
I agree.
So I think also social media is a platform for different voices.
it's a platform. I agree. I just feel like that the negative voices get overpowered by
Yeah.
the positive
But
ones.
I-
That's
again-
more. Think about it. If you go onto your followers, you go onto your followers or your page or what? Not you guys, but like other people, they're probably gonna go down their timeline to see more junk than good.
Yeah.
They're not following the people that are giving like positive
That's the
affirmations
thing.
every
It
day.
depends on the
That's
person for sure.
boring. They're probably following like the joke pages
Yeah.
and the people that diss people and
I'll
the
tell you,
people that are trying
I've
to look
learned
good.
a lot of good business things from social media, like learning about different people who I can listen to podcasts and everything. And it really depends, because even if you look at like countries and stuff, in China, TikTok, if you look at China's TikToks, a lot of the stuff that gets pushed is engineering, business. It's not like people who are like shaking their ass
Yeah,
and shit. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
different here. But yeah, it's different. They make it a point that they push out stuff that's going to help the youth in becoming more fundamental key parts in their society than just junk and stuff.
And that's the thing on TikTok. There's like the algorithm.
Yes.
So your
Exactly.
For You page. So
Yes.
if you all like, for example, if you always like anime stuff, you're gonna get more anime stuff. If you like drawing anime, you're gonna start seeing drawing anime stuff. But if I'm just like
Yeah.
at my house looking at different girls, it's all I'm gonna see.
Which is why it's kind of dangerous. I like what you're saying in terms of like in China or like what that they're pushing something. They're pushing a rhetoric because it's like imagine like even if you liked anime or you like looking at girls or you like looking at cars, but they're always pushing engineering and science and all that stuff. Like the problem is there's such a fear that we're not going to use their app that they want to make it so catered to us. But what if it was like either get educated or get off?
Yeah.
And
you
but
know?
that's what I'm saying. That's the power of social media.
China's probably doing that shit on purpose
Yeah.
to try and like make them more superior. They're probably pushing
it's
bad
smart.
shit out to the North Americans, trying to get
facts,
ahead.
Smart
facts,
idea.
facts.
It's
They're like, we're
working.
gonna make them dumber,
For
us
sure.
smarter,
It's
and
working.
we
These
win.
guys, I
Yeah.
don't,
My
They're
life
thinking about the
nonsense.
next generations.
facts, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. That's in a nutshell the power of social media. So whether or not it's used for good, I think as a whole it's a very powerful tool that can shape our like. I think information and communication is key to advancement as a
Yeah.
society.
And
And I think social media is like a megaphone of information. You could get information across the world way faster than ever before.
Agreed.
So I think the
Agreed.
tool itself is powerful.
And we literally got to see the gift and the curse of it during COVID. We
Yeah.
saw the gift of it when there was literally nothing else happening in the world, and then there was black riots happening. There was this happening.
Yeah,
Like it was the most powerful thing like ever to push something. And then all of a sudden the NBA came back and everything.
Yeah.
And it was just-
Everything
But it
disappeared
also
again.
changed a lot of people's lives too,
It literally
right?
happened like that. Bro.
Yeah.
And Will and Jada, bro. Will and Jada
no,
and the
yeah.
NBA
That was
just took
sad,
all
bro. We
the
could have a whole
attention.
episode about that.
Yeah.
That's a sad situation
But yeah,
to me.
it's I like the fact that people that can come from nothing, and if you hit well on one video, you can literally change your family's life.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
facts.
that didn't
Facts.
exist before.
And it's
From
like a
anywhere
guy
in the world.
randomly from Vietnam or something. He's just singing. He doesn't even speak English. He's
Yeah,
like 1,
that
2,
guy-
3, 4,
yeah,
5. I don't know if
yeah.
it's Vietnam,
Jokes.
but whatever.
Bro.
It's
That
like
guy's
he's
jokes.
probably being paid for that, even if
Yeah.
he's not. Even if it's like 100
Yeah.
USD, whatever it is. Like it's
More than
it's
he
an
would've
opportunity
got.
that never existed before.
It's true. I
Right?
agree. I agree.
Like-
Scout like
So-
talent, like even if we go to like athletes and sports, like talent is getting scouted just because they
Facts.
put out a crazy clip.
Exactly.
Of a,
So are you on my team?
15-year-old. Am I on your team? I'm on no, no. I'm not on
got
your
him.
team. There's still more. It's like watching the news. If I watch CP24 every day, it's
You're
gonna-
right, though.
They're gonna
Yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
10 kids got shot in the park, but they're not gonna tell me about that foundation that just raised
Yeah, yeah,
$100,000.
I hate the
you know
news
what I
for that
mean?
reason, too.
It's what sells.
Yeah.
Fear sells. We
Fear
know
sells.
this.
Yeah, I agree. I don't watch the news for that exact reason too.
All right, bro. Let's keep it
All right.
moving.
Thought of the day. It's gonna be you.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
it's
the
me?
I
thought of
chose
the
Theo.
day.
He had a question, so that's you. What you got?
All right, bro. So I saw an article today
Okay.
regarding the. You're done already?
Drunk, yeah.
I'm good.
Liked it. But basically, talking. You guys seen the whole thing going on with Hockey Canada and the sexual assault allegations and everything, and
Oh,
how
with the one
whip-
coach?
yeah, well, it's I think it's the whole organization.
Wait. Sorry.
What's happening? Tell us.
So
Catch us up.
basically-
Catch us up.
You know, I don't want to
Paraphrase.
Is it
that.
the one where the guy
Tell us in your words.
was like sexually harassing guys he's recruiting
No, I think it was for women.
That was
over
Penn
women?
State.
Oh, that's Penn State.
That's Penn State.
But wasn't
yeah.
it hockey
Bro,
too?
that guy
I don't
visited
know,
me.
man.
The redhead guy. He
He
visited me.
He visited you?
And
What happened?
Watched
Was
me
it-
work out still.
No,
Didn't get the, didn't get the offer.
It's not funny. It's
I
not
didn't
funny.
get the offer.
Is that what's
still.
on your mind?
You don't like
Did it look good? What do you think?
But yeah, basically, Hockey Canada is getting in trouble right now because of sexual assault allegations, and they basically just cleaned house. But like, bro, how do these people? It's like you're supposed to trust these people to look after you, because when you get to this level, you have to basically hand your kid over, especially when you're at the higher level. We see it all the time in gymnastics, especially in the U.S. Imagine the countries that don't have as much exposure as the U.S., like Romania or some shit like that, like random places. How can you trust people, especially men, to watch your daughters, bro?
Yeah,
That's a father. That's tough.
That's yo,
No,
bro.
I've had this
It's like you
conversation
want
father of a
before,
daughter.
too,
That's
it's
tough.
so
That's tough.
like you're supposed to. These people are supposed to be like you're the parents outside of the parents, right? You're basically allowing them to form or mold your children's minds, right? Like you're giving them away at a young age essentially and telling them, go be great, whatever. But bro, especially I was reading that there was like cover-ups and all that kind of stuff, and it goes all the way. These people have been in these systems for years and years and years and years, and who knows how much of it was going on.
Yeah. I've had that conversation before too, like men in like childcare.
Bro.
Like I feel like
No chance.
I have no creepy intentions in my mind, but I would still be like
Never.
weird watching 10 kids by myself. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know if like
It's not the thing, bro.
I don't know. I just feel like the parents would feel like I'd much rather give my kid over to like this like 100-pound high pitched voice.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a bias I have.
I know.
But
But at the
because
end
these
of the
situations happen, you
Yeah.
don't really hear about it in the reverse, right? So even if 99 guys are good, it's the one guy that kind of spoils it for the whole
Absolutely.
group of people. And it's like, it's your daughter. Like there's nothing more precious.
and they
a
might
man
make
than his
something.
daughter,
yeah,
right?
they might make something that is really weird, but they might be preaching them and grooming them and saying, this is normal.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
how are you supposed to know? How is the daughter? How is the
Exactly.
girl supposed to know?
Yeah, exactly.
What's
I've-
right and
I've
what's
heard that in
wrong?
like sexual assault cases where it's like the father was sexually assaulting the daughter, and like literally she didn't know it was unnatural till she went into like schools and saw how other daughters were being treated by their
Yeah.
parents, and like
Yeah.
whoa, like that's
Bro.
not what I was used to at home, So you don't know normal until you know normal. And
Yeah.
sometimes
Crazy.
it's like after it's
I
already
just-
occurred.
I got a big beef too with just hockey in general, just
Oh,
because
Are you beefing with hockey?
Bro, I
With
find
the whole
hockey-
damn sport.
I find
I
hockey
don't know
is
if you're gonna
just
win that
such
beef.
a
Beefing with
racist
hockey?
sport, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, bro, how hockey to me is actually the perfect sport in a sense that it involves all of the sports, contact from football, enough scoring that it's like basketball, but it's not too much, and it's hard to score like soccer. So to me, and it's on ice to make it,
way
it's
faster,
fast,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like, bro, half of the people who are drafted into hockey drafts, bro, some can't even do pull-ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But doesn't matter about
It
that?
doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, imagine you took Jadeveon Clowney and put him on skates.
Yeah. Like you
know what I
started
mean?
them from young.
They just can't.
And like,
They
yeah.
can't- they can't
is it
get into the
racist,
sport.
or is it just the problem that? Okay, so then the question is because it's an expensive sport, which
That's
is why
why.
most.
That's
so
why.
is it expensive because the equipment actually costs a lot to make, or is it expensive because the equipment costs a lot to sell?
It's sort of like a gatekeeping
I think it's
thing.
all
I
of
think.
it. I
Like
think it's all
that,
of it.
that's sort of what the high cost is, and like you got to travel, you got to go play
You look
random
at
places
you
in
look at the
Ontario and stuff
countries
like that.
are good at hockey.
Yeah.
Dang, all of them are
But I think
First world.
that's sort of like a geography thing. I think that's important that you mentioned that because like obviously darker skinned people come from warmer countries
Right.
and warmer climates. So we now are migrating
play
to
different
warmer
sports.
countries. Like our parents are from different countries. Like my dad's from Jamaica, for example. There's no ice in Jamaica, so hockey's like a natural.
Yeah.
sport.
but everyone
Exactly.
plays hockey inside.
Yeah, no, I know, but they have
that's
to
not like the
come
one
to the
that's
country,
famous.
immigrant, and settle
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
country. So this generation, I think that we'll see improvements, and the next will see.
But what I'm
improvements.
saying, like, and if you were a coach or something that had an unlimited amount of spending power,
Yeah.
wouldn't you go to somewhere where
The best
you know,
athletes, like, just get
Absolutely,
the best. Yeah,
right?
It
Maybe
should
that-
be more
Do you
diversified.
think
I
that
agree.
athleticism translates?
I think
Yeah,
it would.
I think
Like,
any
and
athleticism
like, is it
translate.
athlete? Is it being athletic? And we gotta watch the time. Is it being athletic, or is it just like the actual like a niche skill set in terms of hockey itself?
I think
'Cause
I think
is there a lot of athletics other than being able to skate fast? Like what other
it's like anything. Basketball is
Athleticism.
hand-eye
Yeah, I
coordination.
just
Any
think-
like
sport,
basketball? You actually got to be able to jump and move laterally and up and down.
no, but
and dunk and
like
you know,
a guy like Steph Curry
can't-
is not the best athlete on, but he's all hand-eye,
He's
the
skilled,
handle,
yeah.
the eye,
Yeah.
and
I
he's
just
one of the
don't think
best.
he's a
right?
niche player. He's
I
a
just
niche
don't
player.
think it's open to everyone.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's
which
it,
is
that's
where
the
you're
point.
you're eliminating 3/4 of people just based on not being able to afford to get in.
Yeah.
How can you say
Yeah.
that you're getting the best people when it's not presented to everyone?
Yeah, I agree with that actually.
That's fair.
And I don't think like we're saying it'd be a takeover, but I think that it is
I
limited.
think it would, bro. I think it'd take over, man. If you opened it up to everyone, man.
But yeah, like you look at the athletes in the NFL and they're like ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
they're like and I think like NBA, NFL, those kind of athletes are like it's like
it's different.
they're like not equal to anyone
Bro.
else, or like track and field, like those kind of athletes, because it's just accessible to everyone. So the fastest guy in the world is literally the fastest guy in the world.
Right.
Like Usain Bolt is like anyone can run on a track.
Yeah.
Gotta
Right.
watch the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was my thought, bro.
That was your
Yeah.
thought?
I got a
Yeah.
beef with
Guys,
hockey.
Don't
still.
beef hockey.
guy's
bro.
beef
You're
hockey?
gonna
I never heard of a
lose.
guy who
beer,
Yeah,
bro.
literally
I got
beefing a
lot.
whole sport.
Bro. I always talk. I think it's the perfect sport, man, but it's not open to everyone.
ball hockey's fun. I can't really skate that well, but
I can't do any of that shit.
Yeah,
I was never good at it either,
Nah,
so that
nah.
might be
You're
it.
like you're mad.
Like, I'm mad.
I got cut from JV, so I don't even know what the levels are. Pee Wee.
Triple A, double A.
Yeah, AAA.
This guy said Pee Wee.
I don't know football. I play football. If you can't tell already.
Yeah, I can tell. All right,
Yeah,
what we
let's do
rating this
this.
beer?
Cause and effect.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
I'm not a fan.
I
No?
mean, I
I
don't
didn't think it was that bad.
I think like
Fan.
your theory on the label is kind of accurate. Like the label's so nice that I was expecting a better beer, and it was like
It's a nail.
I'm giving it like a 6,
Yeah.
like 6.
You're,
like a
you're
6.
it's a 6.
I'm
You're
giving
giving you're real with the round numbers.
I give round
Yeah,
numbers.
actually,
Yes,
okay,
I'm gonna do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
no,
But
no, no,
like
no,
a
6. You
six.
gave a
It's
6. All right.
right.
Like I would drink it again, but
If I had to,
Disappointed.
5.5.
5.
After having like whole garden,
well,
like,
yeah.
it just
Yeah.
changed my whole perception of
Maybe
what
that's
beer
why I
is,
feel-
bro.
Okay,
5.5.
I
I
didn't
love
mind
that.
this. I'm giving this a 6.4, bro. I didn't mind this at all.
it's a little bitter. But once I
It is
started
a little
drinking
bit.
it,
It is a little
bit.
it warmed up to it a bit. But you're right. I think I was a little biased because we had the better one.
The whole garden was
earlier, and it
fire.
was so smooth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it was
nice.
good.
I'm not changing that.
But I don't mind.
I don't change my
I don't mind a
votes.
beer that's like more bitter. Honestly,
I didn't
Yeah.
mind it.
But,
Fair.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right, yo. It's another episode here for the beer. You got the boy Trav. You got the boy Eli. You know, you got Mike Nelson. Don't forget to sponsor us.
Hey.